Hi, welcome to our 2026 April retreat. This is our make and take for the rainbow card. So I'm going to show you how to do this. This one's pretty easy, so not a whole lot to do. We are going to be using the Sunshine Vibe stamp. We're going to be using Secret Sea ink along with Cloud Cover and Daffodil Delight. So we're going to start with some of our stamping. Let me grab my sample card. Here it is, and my card, which was just here, and it's gone. You know how that goes. Let me just find it. All right, ready to roll. Found all of my pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our card base, which is cloud cover. It's already been scored for you. We're going to take it, we're going to fold it on with the mountain side up, and then we're going to take our bone folder and go ahead and crease that. I am working on a glass mat, so if you hear tinging or anything like that, that's what it is. So we have a piece of our Secret Sea. Now remember, our cardstock is double-sided, so you can use either side that you want. So I'm just going to set that there. I've got a piece of the Hobo Vibe with our rainbow, since our theme is April showers, bring May flowers. And then this is part of our inside and our envelopes. We can't forget to stamp on our envelope. What we're going to do is we're actually going to stamp on printed paper. I know, novel concept, it's already got a print on it, but we're going to add a little bit more to it. So we are going to grab, and this will probably already be on a block for you, this little sunshine. So I'm going to put it on the block, and I'm going to use my Daffodil Delight ink. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our stamp, and we're going to, let me use a piece of, you guys are probably going to have a sheet underneath, but I'm going to use paper for right now, just so I don't have to clean off my mat again. I'm going to ink, and then I'm going to come right in on that yellow and add a little sun to it. So I'm going to keep going right down the way. So it just added a little bit more to that. So I've got that. Then I'm going to grab these little lines, add them to a block, and then I'm going to come over here, grab Secret Sea. I'm not quite done with my Daffodil Delight, so I'm just going to put it off to the side for now. So, oh, cloud cover, I'm sorry. And we're going to come in and do this particular one, that second one. So I'm just going to add some detail to our already printed paper. Maybe something you didn't think about doing. Pretty cool. Just look at it, just adds a little bit of, you know, my favorite word, zhuzh. So there we go. That's all we're going to do to these, to the front of this card, to that paper. So I think we're done with our cloud cover. So I'm going to go ahead, seal that up, and put that off to the side. Got our envelope. Yep. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to adhere, and I'm going to kind of put these together. For right now, I'm going to grab my adhesive. Now, you can use adhesive. You can use your liquid glue, your green glue, just fine. You can use a tape runner. That's just fine. Whatever you have available will work. So I personally like my tape runner. Cards, if I get to really small things, then I don't mind using liquid glue. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out of here because I love the grid on this glass mat. And I can kind of line everything up. Oh, and it's just a little bit there. So my measuring wasn't quite perfect. So I'm just going to bring in my trimmer. This is going to go to the end of the um, top of the card. So I'm just going to trim that off. As we all know, sometimes measuring isn't exactly perfect. So that is there. We're going to adhere this onto our card, just like that. Just center it right on there. Again, um I like the runner just because there's no gluing time. I get impatient. Again, I'm going to kind of line it up here so I can center it and adhere it to the front of my card. Now, you do have some paper, some white paper that's on the table, and you have the punch. This is our rounded rectangle. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to punch first. So I'm going to punch out a rectangle. Love punches. They're so quick and easy. Did you know you can lock it right here and then it stays flat? So just a little, instead of having that big open, you can lock it. All right. Now we're going to do a little more stamping. We're going to stamp sending good vibes. So I like to lay my stamp down on my table and go ahead and pick it up with my block, just like that. Now I have used this, but you can season your stamp if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and grab my Secret C ink. Going to ink up. And now I'm going to stamp sending good vibes. And I love that it's clear because we can see right through it. The longer I leave my stamp with the ink on it, the better and deeper that's going to come. All right, I think we're done with, no, we're not quite done with that. So what I'm going to do is, if you look on the sample card, you can see I've inked around the edges. So I'm going to actually ink around the edges but just using the ink pad. So what I'm going to do is just, and I'll try to do it up close, is I'm just going to run the edges into my ink pad. There we go. Just gives it a little pop, little zhuzh. Pretty sure I'm done with that. And now we can move on to the inside of our card. We'll add that quick. So I've got a few stamps. I'm going to wait to put that on because I'm going to put that on with some dimensionals. And now I have the inside of my card. So the inside of my card, it's real easy. Oh, this is the card we're doing. I'm like, where did the inside go? Oh boy, there it is. So we're just going to do a little sun on the top. So I'm actually going to design that before or put it together. No, I think I did it in two pieces. I did because the sun, oh, one's sticky, is actually only covers a quarter of it. So I actually had to stamp the sun 2 times. So we're going to do it separately because I wanted to do it all in one shot. That didn't work. All right, here's the sun. Here's my, and I'm going to stamp it upside down just because I think it's easier. You can put it at the bottom, you can put it at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the sun. As long as I'm doing this, I'm going to do this on my envelope too. So I'm just going to duplicate it right here on the side of my envelope. Okay. And now I'm going to grab the rays, the sun rays. And again, these probably will be all on a block for you. But if not, that's okay. So you can see it's only a quarter of the rays. So I just did that on the envelope. Isn't that cute? Would you love to get a card or something that came with that? Not a bill, even though a lot of my bills come online now, but um, how fun would that be? Okay, same thing here. I'm gonna grab my paper underneath because we're probably gonna stamp some of these rays off. And a few of them did kind of go off. And I planned it that way because I wanted it to look like it was positioned that way. All right, and then one more. So we've got the inside of our card done. We've got pretty much the outside of our card done. And kind of ready to put it together. So I'm gonna use my tape runner. This is the Stampin' Up! Stamp and Seal. Once you get accustomed to the runner, it works pretty good. If you put it down and then roll it forward, it'll roll. So down and then forward, and then it picks up. That works good. This is the top with that little frost right there. It works good that way. Okay, I'm going to put my card inside on the inside of my card. There we go. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. And you can put this wherever you want. Now, on this card, I put it there, but there's a lot of white space on this one, so I'm going to put it up on the top. These are teeny tiny little dimensionals. Don't forget, you can use this on the outside too. I usually use all the insides, and then I go back and I use the middle part. I'm going to use my take your pick tool, and you can just flick these right off. Isn't that cool? I know, love it. All right, let's put these on. Put some, there we go. And we've got some of our 25, 27 in colors. They have, it's a Darling Duckling, which would work. But they have the cloud cover and the Secret Sea gems on them. So you can feel free to use whatever you want. Let's see, I'm going to use Secret Sea. And if you make triangles with them, that seems to work the best visually. So did you see I made 1, 2, 3, a triangle? This one is also a triangle. 1, 2, 3. So there is our Sending Good Vibes card. Make and take. And at the end of the video, you'll see the link should be there. And if you want to purchase any of these items, you can do that. I do have the paper in stock. So, all right, take care.